What's up, everyone? So allow me to introduce myself for those of you that do not know me. My name is GagexScapegoat. I do discussions, I do rants, and I do deck profiles such as the two you're about to see today. Allow me to give a huge thanks to Slim, aka SlimX Team Symmetry, aka SlimX Team Cloud, or whatever he's calling himself now, for letting me post on his channel. That really does mean a lot, Slim, and thank you very much. So I'm going to be giving you guys two different builds of Gravekeepers for the April ban list. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll get into it. Alright guys, so the first build I'm going to be profiling for you guys is my Visionary deck. This one's a little bit more for fun, but it actually does test pretty well against the meta. I mean, it's one of those things where if you build a deck around Visionary, it works. So, no, before anybody says, I don't play Rite of Spirit, and I don't play Magician's Circle. Yeah, surprise, surprise. Call me an idiot, whatever. So, I'll go into it. So first, two Visionaries, because it's your boss monster. It's the main card of the deck. You tribute Recruiter for it, you get pluses. You search it off of Apostle or whatever, and you get pluses. Or not so much pluses, but it works. One Shaman. I put one Shaman in the main deck because it's basically another thing you can search out with Apostle. Like if let's say you have one Visionary in the graveyard and one in your hand or something like that, like, you know, you can search out Shaman if you want to. Plus you can add it to your hand off of Recruiter, and you can special summon via Spy. So I do like Shaman. Plus it wrecks so many decks right now. So then 3 Commandants, 3 Spies, 3 Recruiters. I will never play less than 3 Recruiters in any kind of Gravekeeper deck. Just, it's your Witch of the Black Forest. There's no way I would ever play less than 3. Just, it searches through the deck. It just helps the deck so much. 2 Descendant, because 3's terrible. If you guys are ever playing Gravekeepers, do not play 3 Descendant. Ever, ever, ever. People say, "Oh, you need to get rid of cards though. Like this is you need to pop this. Like the only real good play with it, you don't want to pop you don't want to tribute your Spy for Descendant's effect. You don't want to, unless you have Stel, but you can't rely on Stel to have Descendant be that good. You know, and the only good play really is with Recruiter, and you can't rely on having Recruiter be on the field 24/7 for one of your 3 Descendants to go off. So just play 2. Just play 2. You don't need more than 2. So then 1 Assailant, because it's good, Boojans, Noble Knights, that kind of shit. And last monster is double Apostle, because Apostle, yes, I call it Apostle, I don't call it Nobleman, because that's a fucking stupid name. I called Apostle because that was the original name. And Apostle is a very good card. Looks like Merrick, kind of, in my opinion, but whatever. It's to mainly get, your main thing you want to get is Visionary, clearly. You'll say, oh, well, you know, it puts it in defense, it doesn't get the attack boost or whatever. Yeah, cool, I still have monsters in my, about 90% of the time I have another monster in my hand to prevent Visionary from getting destroyed, and plus you play Stels and shit like that, so Visionary does work pretty well in combination with Apostle. So then spells, gonna go through this quickly. 3 Valleys, 3 Dualities, 2 Stels, Book, Dark Hole. Very low spell count, but that's because you don't really need a whole lot of spells in the deck. No, I don't play Magical Dimension either. I remember, like, anytime I see a Gravekeeper profile, like, people are like, so why don't you play Magical Dimension? Because the card's bad. At least in most builds it's bad, I'll say that. So, Traps, warning, because it's great. Double Bribe, and Double Tomb, because here's the thing about these. This is for spells and traps, this is for monster effects mainly. This is my Infernity Barrier. You never want to play more than 2. I don't care what anyone says, you don't want to play more than 2. Just because its conditions are not as good as Infernity Barrier. Like, its conditions are are more specific, I'll say. And then Bribe, guys, don't play 7 tools. Seriously, do not play 7 tools. If you're going to play some kind of trap that'll counteract spells or traps, play Dark Bribe. You know, it's the best protection from just about anything. You know, oh, I'm going for game, Mirror Force, cool, have a card. And people say, oh, well, 7 tools works with that too. What if you don't have the life points? What if everyone goes Dark Hole when you have 3 monsters? Or they go Book of Moon when you try to go, you know, I don't know, when you try to attack for game or something like that. Like, Bribe is just infinitely better. And plus, Typhoon is still, don't quote me, but I'm fairly certain Typhoon's a 3. So then 1 Bottomless, 3 Chains, Brofist, shit like that. Evac, Mirror Forces, Torrential. So that's it for main deck. Extra deck. I'm not gonna lie, guys. The extra deck is extremely irrelevant. At least these guys are. I never go into any of them at all. Never go into any of them. Heraldic Crest. I love this card because it's that it gives the finger to Dragosack, it gives the finger to Big Eye, and all that stuff. I really like it. I don't go into it too much, but I do like it a lot. I don't always go into Heraldic Crest, but when I do, it's amazing. Can't believe I just said that. Zemeister, because 2600, not bad. That's for water. That's Key Beetle lock my Necro Valley, or Key Beetle lock, like, go Shaman and then go into Master Key Beetle and Key Beetle lock Shaman, or whatever the case may be. It's really good. Cowboy, because game. Pappy, Maestro, Utopia, Gem Knights. Gem Knight basically is just your Ophion killer. So, then side decks. Why do I keep saying that? So side deck, which is 2 Maxis, because I like drawing cards. Doesn't everybody like drawing cards? I think we all do. The second Shaman, I almost said third Shaman. The second Shaman, just again, Water's a deck, Dark World's a deck, Middle Chaser a deck, etc. Oh yeah, by the way, yes. Quick pro tip out there, because a lot of people for some reason don't know this. Once Shaman and Necro Valley are both on the field, Middle Chase cannot shuffle back into their deck. And plus, you can't use Ticket and all that shit. It does so much collateral damage to Middle Chase. So, pro tip out there, because like I said, apparently a lot of people don't know, is that Middle Chase do not get their effect with Shaman on the field. So, 3 Typhoons, because back row. Not so much back row, more so Decree. Defy and macro, because Water is a deck. Dark World. 3 Skill Drains, because yes. People call me a noob for running Skill Drain in the side deck, but just it hinders you, but it destroys your opponent. Yeah, it's so good. And 2 Light Mirrors, because War Gods are a deck, Lightsworns are a deck, Radix are a deck, etc. Last 2 cards, which are the Proest of Text, as it's been called, I don't know why, is double DDV, because Water is a deck, Windups are a deck, Medolces are a deck, as long as they don't have Chateau on the field. There's random-ass rogue matches like Watts and stuff like that, and this does a pretty decent number against Samurais, so I like DDV in the side a lot. If you guys have a couple extra spots, play DDV in your side deck. So that's profile number 1. Alright, you guys, so the second build I'm going to be profiling for you today is a little bit more of a hybrid build. I've tested this one, you know, against what the meta will be, you know, Medolces with Angeli and shit like that. This one does test very well against the meta, actually, because I throw in some decent text and not a whole lot of people playing the decks, and I'll explain them, so we'll get into it. So first you got the 3 Spies, obvious God card, 3 Recruiter, Witch of the Black Forest, obvious. I only know 2 Commandant, just because here's the thing about Commandant, is because, like, in this kind of build, I wanted to make sure, I wanted to avoid, as soon as you draw a Necro Valley and you didn't use the Commandant to search for it, immediately one of your Commandants in the deck is dead, and you're not summoning this card very much, so, in this particular build at least, I just like 2. 2's been working out pretty well for me. It's not like I never draw Necro Valley, I still draw it great. 2 Descendant, because 3's terrible. Never ever, anybody that's out there, never ever play 3 Descendant, it's terrible. 1 Assailant, because it's great. 1 Heretic. I will admit, I badly misjudged this card. Like, once this card, I realized, once I heard about this card first, I didn't really think it was that good. It's like, oh, it doesn't get the boost. But here's the thing. If you get some background to protect this, like, if you're able to get past your opponent's big monsters, like, this card can just win the game for you. Like, it is so hard to get past this card when your opponent's got background to protect it. So I do like it. Thunder King, because it's good, it's anti-meta, stops special summoning, and you can't search, so it gives the finger to spellbooks. And the last card is Tech Fossil Dyna. I do like Fossil Dyna a lot. Shinras, Sylvans, whatever. Shinras are going to be special summoning a little bit. Medolces special summon a lot. Even War Gods, like when they go into Exceeds and shit like that. So I do like the Fossil Dyna. I don't play Tsukiyomi in this kind of build. I do play Tsukiyomi variants, but this is not the. I don't play Tsukiyomi in this deck. So that's it for monster spells. I'm gonna go through this pretty quickly. 3 Valleys, 3 Dualities, 2 Stel, Lore, Book, Dark Hole. All obvious. So then Traps, 1 Warning, because it's great. So then I went with 3 Mind Crushes in the main deck. Now here, people may say that this is a little risky, but let's be real. Every deck plays Duality pretty much. I mean, outside of what Dark World, and Dark World uses Snow. You know, that's not the point. But here's the thing, just about every deck searches. And then if you look at Shinras, they search a lot. If you look at Medolces, you know, they go Magileine and shit like that, they search a lot. And then they go with Ticket, and they search again, you know. It's like, this is just that good answer. This is like, okay, I'm going to grab Angeli to hand. Cool, Mind Crush. And, you know, if you're lucky, you can get more than 1 Angeli out of the hand. And if you have Shaman on field or something like that, they don't even go back into the deck. So I do like Mind Crush in the deck a lot, actually. Triple Bribe and Double Whirl Tomb. It's... Again, people always bat an eye when I play these cards, but here's the thing, is that Bribe is basically for spells and traps, like I said, and Tomb is for your monster effects, and I really like it. I really like this the way it is. People might say that it clogs, but just trust me, guys, just test it out. So then 1 Bottomless, 3 Chains, because Fire Fist and Medolces are going to be decks, Evac, and Torrential. No, I'm not playing Mirror Force in the deck because in this particular kind of build, I don't like Mirror Force at all. I don't like it one bit. Some builds it's good, like when you're kind of sitting with your back over. This is more of an anti-meta hybrid, like I said. So, extra deck. Never go into any of them. Leave that there just in case, you know. Heraldry Crest, because the card's amazing. I don't go into it that much, but this is that screw you card to Big Eye, Drago Sack, all that shit. So, I do like Heraldry Crest a lot. Zemeister, because 2600. Yeah, not that bad. I actually like it a lot. Dweller, because water is still a deck. Key Beetle, because Key Beetle locking Knocker Valley is broken, you know, going Shaman and Key Beetle and all that stuff. It's just broken. I love it. Cowboy, got into game for it. It's great. Pappy, Ace-Stroke, Topia, Gem Knight. So then, extra deck, what? No, side deck. I know the difference, I promise. So, double Maxi, because you know, it's one of those cards, you know, okay, you go against you get Curry, cool, discard, now I'm just going to keep drawing. 2 Shamans, because you can search it with Recruiter, you can special summon it with Spy, you can tribute Recruiter 4, and get a, well, you don't really get a plus off of you even with it though. Well, I guess in a certain sense you get plus. But anyways, this card just wins against Water and Dark World and Madolches. Like, this card wrecks Madolches. I played against Nim Nim a couple of, like a week or so ago, and just Shaman just locks out Madolches. I love this card. Anybody out there that's playing Gravekeepers, guys, that should be a staple in your side deck, if not your main deck. 3 Typhoons, because, you know, Decree is kind of a card still. I don't know why it's not limited, but still a card. D5 Macro, because Water and Dark Worlds and all that shit. I went with 2 Drains, because the whole thing about the Drains is that I feel that, you know, I always side Drains in my GKs. I always do. I always side Skill Drain just because it's not... It's just one of those things where it'll hinder you, but it will destroy your opponent if you side against the right decks. Madolches, you go Skill Drain. What are they going to do? You know, it does a pretty decent number on Mermail. It doesn't destroy the deck completely, but it does do a pretty decent number on it. So I do like Skill Drain a lot. I went with 2 Light Mirrors because War Gods are still going to be a deck, and for Light Sworns, Heretics, and all that stuff. So I like it. And Chaos Dragons, actually. Everybody that's watching this, remember, if you're siding Light Mirrors, you go against Chaos Dragons, that deck can do next to nothing. You know, Lila, Raikou, Lumina if they're playing it. You know, and stuff like that, and, you know, Light Pulsar especially. So, honestly, people may say that this doesn't do a whole lot. They think Shadow Mirror is the better card. Light Mirror is definitely the better card. Last 2 cards, which are a tech that I love, is double DDB, because Water, Madolches, if they don't have Chateau, is really good. You know, just even in the mirror match, this is devastating against the mirror match. For those random rogue, like, Watt matchups and shit, there's Rex, Watts, and decks like that. I actually won a game at a regional one time because this guy was playing Watts in Game 3, I just DDB'd him, which is great, so I like DDB. So that's it for the second profile. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully there will be a link in my channel in the description, but go ahead and subscribe. It's youtube.com/GagexScapegoat. I upload daily. Thank you again for the guest upload, Slim, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.